celebrate all the joys, all the sorrows, all the learning experiences in 2024 and get ready for 2025 in literally my, well, it used to be the Lexi Marigold. So I will tell you, the Lexi used to be my favorite outsole for summertime. Hi, it's Jane Tracy right here, yeah. Happy New Year. Woo! Almost lost my glasses. I think with like 34 minutes to go, I should just keep them on. Although these are really hard to see in. I better take them off because knowing me, I will fall. And then, you know, Naomi, who's joining me at midnight, will not be too happy because we've been waiting for her worldwide launch for a long, long time. The Ashland has always been my favorite year-round outsole. The Ashland from our friends at Clarks has been a beloved worldwide bestseller. You might have had the Ashland Spin, the Ashland Bubble. I still own both of them. Those shoes, one of them is probably over 10 years old. But this is that famous Ashland, which really was the precursor to even the whole bendables technology that we talked about, that now we are doing in a beautiful boot called the Mabel, maybe a little nod to Only Murders in the Building. Favorite show ever. Sobbed at the end of season 4. So she's back and better than ever, and that's the Ashland. And I'd love to take you through the colors because this is what our friends at Clarks does best. But the coolest thing is you're able to get a great boot that you will wear in any climate. I mean, next week in Florida, it's gonna be 35 degrees in the morning when we get up for our races. Yikes. So you need a boot year round. You need a boot anywhere. And we have medium and wide, whole and half sizes, 5 through 12 through medium, 6 through 12 through wide. We have her in dark brown. I mean, this is so Clarks. Remember those books we had when my kids were little that you would like read the book and push the button and then a word would say? We had a lot of Disney, shocker, we had a Barney. I feel like if there was a book with a Clarks button, it would literally be this shoe. We have it in our navy, and remember, navy in a boot is very hard to find. That's what I'm wearing. And then we also have it in classic black. Ringing in the shoe year with us in a very appropriate sweater is our own Sue Kelly, who learned the trade in the comfort fitness footwear industry from somebody quite famous.
You're never gonna get over that. I didn't tell you that.
Because I knew you for what, 10 years before I found that fact out? Yeah. It's fascinating.
Thank you.
Tell everybody.
I will tell everybody. So Clarks, they were founded by Cyrus and James. They were brothers. They started making slippers in 1825. Well, about 25 years ago, I met the great-great-grandson of James Clark, and I worked for him for 17 years. So everything that I know, literally everything that I know about shoes, I've learned from the descendants of Clarks. And I'm thrilled to be a part of the Clarks family. And we know, Jane, that you love the Ashland. You love the Ashland, well, so of course it had to be here.
And I'm not alone. I mean, worldwide, the Ashland has been the bestseller for Clarks. And, you know, she kind of went away from a while, and we did a couple incarnations that were kind of like the new version. But you know what? It's almost like when you try to change your grandmother's recipe for great pasta, and you say, why am I changing it? Let's go back.
Right.
We went back. But I can probably count on this hand when Ashland was pretty much every other shoe you guys did.
Yep.
Very rarely were we ever able to do an ankle boot. And at $79.98 for this pebble leather ankle boot, stop it. Will you take us through it because she's a beauty?
I would love to. So in my hand here we have the navy. Like you said, gorgeous tumbled leather. Beautiful, nice full grain. You can see the stitching detail down here on the seam. You see that asymmetrical seaming, whoops, right there coming across. It's all the subtle little details that make this really talk about the heritage of Clarks, the English countryside, and all those little moments. You can see that hidden goring on the side, beautiful top stitching here, just a nice little hammered hardware detail. Then we have that simple inside zip to get in and out. We have a nice little pull tab here on the back, and this features our ultimate comfort footbed. So if you have Ashland at home already, if you have you know, a handful of Clarks already in your closet, chances are you have that ultimate comfort footbed. So it's gonna give you heel to toe targeted cushioning exactly where we need it. Then Jane, look at the flexibility of this. Well, lightweight,
I remember that, like, you guys used to tell me that this was the precursor of that whole bendables technology we talked about. It started with the Ashland. Wait, you have to come over here with me because in 30 minutes, and now 29 seconds, this price goes up too. So we're losing
So
the
the
sale
ball
price.
comes down, the price goes
comes
up?
down and the price
Okay.
goes up. Aren't you glad you're not in Times Square? I mean, I have to say,
yes.
there are many things that I love to do, you know, and while my time on the earth is still here and fruitful and having fun, but doing that is not something I've ever wanted to do.
It's never been on my list.
No,
but I
never
would
will
wear
be.
these if I had to go there and I
Yes,
had to stand for that long.
If they said, we'll
I
give
would
you $1
wear
million
these.
if you do it, then okay, yes, I would, right? You get
Right.
Taylor Swift tickets, sure, I'll stand in Times Square.
Yeah.
And if you're all there and having fun and watching us on your phone, then good for you guys. It's so funny because my daughter's a New Yorker, and I remember being up there years ago and looking up and saying, there's the ball, and everybody's like, no, it's not. I'm like, no, that's it. It seems so big until you see it in person. It's like, ooh, it's kind of little. It's like everybody that goes to Italy says, did you see the David? And they're like, big. And then they're like, did you see the Sistine Chapel? And they're like, little. It's like, we're all about size.
It's all our perception,
This
right?
is popular, and I'm not surprised because we are losing the price at the end of the day. And you know, it's great to have fur lined, it's great to have lace up, but what I feel like with the Ashland, and it's the Ashland, you guys see why we're so excited that she's back,
that.
Mabel, is it is truly a boot that is clean and elegant
Yes.
and wearable for, in our case, maybe like 9-10 months out of the year.
Yeah, you don't need cold weather.
No.
You don't need the snow. This is that boot that you're going to wear for the look and the comfort.
Happy shoe year, darling.
Happy shoe year.
Thank you. The Ashland is back. And so, you know what? The other thing is you guys might want to look at QVC.com to see what other Ashland styles we have, because it really has been a bestseller. Okay.